The history of the black church has always been like a moral high ground for us. It was been a place where we would go to get a lot of things done. You know, we had our first congressional meetings there. We would strategize there during the civil rights time and before the civil rights time. It was a place where we would go to relieve stress and to worship and to all these different things. So the black church meant a lot to the black community in days of old, right? But inside the black church, there was always a lot of mess, a lot of foolishness going on that's always been covered up, right? And you have guys that can preach. They can preach so good. They can preach the word of God, and they was great. But they wasn't always living up to the standards of the things that they was preaching. They wasn't always standing on. Now, they can preach to you, but in their private life, a lot of these ministers and deacon and deaconesses and stuff like that, they wasn't living the stuff that they was actually portraying out to the world, right? So now when you get to a guy like Rickey Smiley has been a great comedian. You know, he really marketed himself to the black church. You know, he played Miss Bernice Jenkins for years. And, you know, he has a very great and large following by the black church, right? But when you see this guy, you know, he's likable by some, but the more and more we get to know him, the more and more we find out that this guy is a piece of crap and he's full of crap, right? He's not who he say he is. He's not who he portrays himself to be. This guy's a liar, right? And one person called this guy out, right? There's one guy that called this guy out. And he went on to, before he went on Club Shay Shay and called them out, Cat Williams, he went on to Willie D's show and also talked about how this guy is a liar and he's not who he say he is. And based off the church model, you would tend to believe Rickey Smiley before you would believe a Cat Williams, because a lot of this, man, listen, let's just listen to what Cat Williams had to say.
Here's the whole thing. Liars always come up with terrible lies. So Rickey Smiley says, yeah, you know, Cat was supposed to play the Santa Claus and I was supposed to play the pimp.
Cat Williams was going to be the Santa Claus.
Right.
And somebody said, no, we want you to play Mike. And they switched it over.
Liars always have ridiculous narratives. Nobody in America can imagine that a real movie studio would cast 5'5", 145-pound Cat Williams as a fucking Santa Claus, number one. Number two, Rickey Smiley was finna play a pimp. Really? Rickey Smiley has played a woman more times than Rickey Smiley has played a man. He's played Bernice Jenkins 5 times. I got it in my contract that I don't work with Rickey Smiley unless he's playing Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Now, Cat Williams called this guy out and exposed him for being a liar. And like I said, you know, he's part of the black church. He tours all around, going to, you know, the different churches and filling up venues and stuff like that. And like I said, he dresses up as a woman and he plays Bernice Jenkins. And man, listen, this guy is allegedly that he, you know, I don't know. I think he was married before. I'm not sure if this man was married. I know that I looked up and we seen some pictures of this woman and they saying that he was married to this woman. But like I said, when you come to a lot of church folk, they cover a lot of stuff up, man, especially the people that they like, right? But we're hearing that he now has some children. We know that one of his sons passed away, and it was real. It really took a toll on him. It was real shocking and devastating when his son passed away, right? But then he found out on the anniversary of his son's death that he has some twin daughters, that he was around all this time, right? But it's a legend that they kept it a secret because the woman was underage at the time he was messing with her. This is all a legend. I can't prove it, but this is what's being said. So now he's on a show being interviewed, and he's talking like this.
Before the 1-year anniversary of my son's death, I found out I have a 5-year-old, identical twin, beautiful daughters, identical twin daughters. I got a phone call from an ex-girlfriend. She went to court, found out that those identical twin daughters was not her ex-boyfriend. The whole time, here they are my biological daughters.
Let me just clear up the moment, y'all. Rickey just announced that he has surprise twins, and he just found out.
Ready for this? Been knowing them their whole life. They've been coming over to Grayson birthday parties and play dates, playing on the swing set, all of that stuff. Phone calls when they were sick. What should I do? Should I give them this?
You did not feel any sort of connection. You did not see anything that's like, dang, that reminds me of me, or that reminds me of my son or my daughter?
Yeah, I just thought, since I was, older, that I had no idea, because I haven't had no kids since Malik.
Yeah.
When I tell you that's the first time I saw the sun again, during that dark hour, the sun came back out.
How old were they when you found out you were the father?
4, almost 5, to their house as their father.
So we know that Rickey Smiley was married at one time for like 12 years, but I guess he's not married no more. This man is like 56 years old and these babies are 4, right? So we or 5. So we know now at 51 years old, he was out having, fornicating. He was out clapping cheeks, right? And but again, this is a black church. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, right? So I know that people was alleging that the woman was underage, and I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'll go on record and say I don't believe that the woman was underage, but I know that he was fornicating. He was running around touring, doing his videos and clapping cheeks, and he made a baby. So now, like you said, he had some daughters out there, but there was a legend that the woman was saying that somebody else was the father. So she still was messing around with him on the low, but because like he said, the babies was coming to the house, they was on the swings, and he was around the children. He just didn't know it was his. But she was saying that the babies belonged to some other man, right? So we know that Rickey Smiley's a liar, right? He's not messing with a woman that's underage. He's out doing things he ain't got no business doing, right? So now the father, when he heard this, he took to social media. Well, the man who believed that he was the father of these children, these twins, he took to social media and said this.
I appreciate y'all for reaching out to me, man. Cause watching that video is so disgusting. It's wicked. And it triggered me, man. Like, I'll never get over that situation. For 5 years, man, they knew. For 5 years. The mama in on it, the grandma in on it, and the real victims are those twin girls and her oldest daughter. And he been calling her his daughter too, man. It's so crazy, man, but they don't understand. Man, that situation, man, it destroyed me. It destroyed everything I had going on. Mentally, I was shot. And when I found out about them having their going on, that's when she started trying to pull the girls from me and trying to manipulate everybody and saying, oh, Nehemiah don't take care of his kids and all that like that. Her and her mama just trying to keep covering the shit. Nehemiah, you the dad, you the dad, you the dad. Them your girls, come take care of your girls. Having her dust girls harassing me and got her, even her brother just passed away and died. And before he died, he was mad at me. He was mad at me thinking I was some hate. And that whole time, bro, I'm like, so I'm trying to be there, I'm trying to fight for my kids, and she just pulling it back. And just denying access and the manipulation, invite my other kids to hang out with the girls, all that. Man, that shit was so fucked up, man. That shit, wow.
And see, the thing is, Rickey is shady as heck, man. So Rickey knew about this man. He knew that he was screwing with another man's woman, and he put some children in her. But he allowed her, because listen, they his children, he allowed her to run with it. So he come on here and lied to us, and Cat Williams warned us that this dude was a liar, right? He come on here and he lies to us and try to run game and, basically say that he didn't know, and on the anniversary of his son's death, that he found out that he had these babies, and these babies are 5 years old now. No, you knew that you was clapping that girl's cheeks and she belonged to another man, right? You knew that all the time. You knew that them babies was yours, man. These guys are liars. So online, now, people on Twitter and everywhere is really speaking about this. Rickey is full of blame. For 5 years, he and that chick knew I wasn't the father. The whole time they lied. So that's the alleged baby father that was given the charge of being the children's father, right? She been his side chick since she was 17 years old, and the mama encouraged her to do it. Oh, so now I may be wrong again. She's 37 today, so y'all do the math. When I found out she manipulated the whole world to defend this blank and keep their secret, he even calls her first daughter his too. Oh, so he was messing with her when she was underage, right? Then somebody said, them folks had everybody thinking I wasn't blank, and they did me after I found out their secret. Even my own family went against me because of her lies. Man, so this dude now, he going in because he's upset. He's upset about this. But again, this is the black church. Like, there's no rules today. You do whatever you want. And even back in the day, you still had people doing what they want to do. They're not living by the word of God. 2 Corinthians 17 says, come out from amongst them and be ye separate. You're supposed to be separate from the wrongdoers, right? So, like I said, man, Titus 1:6, but Titus 16 says a lot of people are coming my name, but they'll deny me by their works. They'll claim me, but deny me by their works. So we already know that these people are fraudulent. These people are not who they say they are. So, like I said, man, this guy knew, and, he comes on here and he talks a lot of stuff, but they're liars. There's so many preachers in the pulpit that's preaching the word of God, but they live in double lives. They around here messing with, the other side, and they doing all kinds of stuff. And you know what's funny? The congregation know it, and they allow you to get away with it. You already know about that pastor down there in Atlanta that came from Baltimore. I'm not gonna call his name now. The one that came from Baltimore that's making babies all over the country, right? They still allow him to preach in the pulpit. Y'all still show up to hear him. He's corrupt from the pit of hell, and y'all know it, but y'all allow him to still preach. So this is why there's so much corruption going on in the church today. There's no rules. People just do whatever they want to do. He out here fornicating, making babies, covering it up, blaming it on another man, then going on the show and lying about it. But like I said, this is where we at in today's time, man. And it's a sad thing, man, but it's a reality. It's a reality, right? And this is why a lot of black men don't want to be a part of the church, because we see right through the bull crap. But I'm going to cut this video short here, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.